Well, we're finally back, and I hope you guys had an amazing holiday season. I hope you had the merriest of Christmases and an amazing New Year's Day. Here we are, 2025. Um, I know we took a good bit of time off from the channel, had a lot of stuff going on, trying to get as much done with the book that I'm actually launching right now. It's as we're watching this, it's live on Kickstarter. Bounty is up. Um, I'll have the link in the description. You can go down, and it'll also be pinned at the top of the chat. Uh, and of course, it's this is going to be what this show's about. I'm going to go in detail on Bounty, kind of give you a lot of backstory, kind of where this story come from, um, and just kind of lay it out for you guys. And hopefully, you'll like what you hear, and you'll jump over there and back the project. Um, Thanks in advance. Um, this project has been a long time coming. I've had it kind of on the back burner while I was working on End of Days, which I'm not by any means finished with End of Days, but it was time to tell the story. It was just bubbling under the surface, and I had to get this thing out. Comics is one of the greatest artistic mediums of all time. Um, Pretty much everything that we have artistically started with comics, believe it or not. Depends on how you look at it. That's how I like to look at it. I mean, you go back to caveman days and you look at these. They basically did comic strips on the cave walls telling stories. And here we are all this time later, still doing it. And that's really kind of cool. So all storytelling started with that. And here we are thousands of years later, still telling stories, whether it be fiction or nonfiction. And that's just, I've always thought that was really cool. And I've mentioned it in several podcasts. We've been doing it for that long. This medium is not going anywhere. I mean, we've been doing it since the beginning of everything. So a lot of people, the naysayers, oh, comics is dying. Comics will never die. It might take on a different form, but this way of storytelling will never go away. Truly, um, Bounty. I got off track. Bounty is live. Like I said, I'm actually. You can hop over to my Instagram page. You can catch this later. You can jump over to my Instagram page at Jerry Cooley 77, and I'm over there live right now. Uh, um, Kicking this thing off, and it's already live. I'm sure I've already hit the button on that, but you can hear what I've got to say over there and catch up with me and some of my fellow friends and creators and hear what we got to say about what's going on in indie comics. And you can come back and watch this, afterwards. Um, Bounty is it's basically basically my the culmination of my love for Star Wars mixed with my crazy sense of humor. Um, I've loved Star Wars my whole life. I was born the year it come out. Some of my fondest, earliest memories were playing Star Wars. With the figures with the Millennium Falcon and Han and Luke, and I can remember going to see, the Empire Strikes Back just barely. I can remember going to see Return of the Jedi, and the first time they were offered, and I grew up with this thing, and it's always been a part of who I am. I can remember on the playground as a kindergartner, we didn't have preschool back then. It was just kindergarten. And hey, fighting over who was going to be Han or Luke or Chewie but anyway, that's all kind of in this book. This is my love letter to George Lucas and Star Wars, mixed with my crazy sense of humor. I guess that'd be a mild way of putting it. You know, uh, the series The Boys. I love that show. I love its shock and awe, its weird sense of humor. That's pretty much my sense of humor. So I totally get that show, and that's what I've added. That's what I brought to the table with this to make it something completely different than Star Wars. So that's that's where we're going with this, and it's going to be a wild ride. Uh, you'll meet up right at the jump. You'll meet up with Jake, and he's a down on his luck former galactic war hero. He back in the day he was the man. Everybody knew who he was, and now he's pretty much become a con man, a scoundrel, if you will. He's in a bad way with some worse people, and he's got a unique set of skills. He knows certain things that Gabby, which will be our one of the deadliest bounty hunters in the galaxy, her her family parts. Well, I'll just spit it out. I mean, the more you know, the more you're going to read this. Her sister is being kidnapped by a criminal element, a criminal syndicate eh, that Gabby had actually taken their leader down and collected a bounty on, and they want him back. So they kidnapped her sister. Um, she can't go in there and get her sister by herself. Um, so she needs help. So she goes after the one man she knows can get her in there and get her and her sister out safely with her help. And they can get this thing done. So she goes after Jake. And she's trying to find Jake, and that's where this story picks up from the beginning. She's going in there trying to get him out and rescue him so she can use him to get her sister. So that's our starting point. That's where everything sets up. Um, let me show you a little bit of stuff that I've got done. Um, we've got this will be our main cover. I'm only doing one cover with this one. I absolutely love this cover. It come out. It's one of those rare things. It come out exactly like I wanted it, and I I'm going with this one. It's going to be the only cover offered with this book. I know that's crazy, but it's just easier. I've got other covers that I've done, and a friend of mine actually done a cover, but I'm gonna just kind of add it as a pin up in the book. Um, so you guys will be able to see it because he did some Jer from Pyramid Studios. He did a beautiful cover of Gabby, and that'll be the artwork will be in this book. Because he just did an amazing job. But yeah, just the one cover, just go around. Um, Here we've got Jake. This is not how you'll see him from the jump. Um, he spends the majority of this episode in his birthday suit, and that you'll know why right out of the gate. It'll be pretty obvious. That's kind of self-explanatory. Um, But yeah, we'll got this concept art of Gabby. Um, and yeah, this is just I'm getting this thing together. Um, we'll be, like I said, this thing will be live. Um, here's some here's some art from the book. You got some of this crime scene I get that has Jake. Um, you kind of see that I'm really having a lot of fun doing these aliens. Um, it's I tell you, it's that's one of the coolest things about comics, making a world from scratch where nothing has ever existed, and you can just kind of run wild and free with it. You know. Just to let you guys know, every issue of End of Days, if you're new to what I'm doing, it will be available in this Kickstarter. You can go back and get all 5 issues that I've done to date of End of Days. Those will be available as add-ons, or I've got the whole shebang, which is all the books that I've done, plus the prequel of End of Days, which is the Ballad of the Damned. All those will be available in the whole shebang tier of the Kickstarter. So be sure and take a look at that. I got t-shirts, which will have this art on the front of them. So be sure and check all that stuff out. It will be available in different tiers of the Kickstarter. So yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see this thing. But that's it. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet on this one. We've got a little bit more artwork. You got Gabby going in to get Jake and having to deal with these guards and get him out of there. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, guys, subscribe. Like I said, if you're watching this live, I am doing a live stream on Instagram right now, launching this project on Kickstarter. So jump over there. You can come back and catch up with us later. Um, be sure to jump on the campaign, back this book. It's going to be an amazing book. I tell you, I have had so much fun with this thing. I know it's going to knock your socks clean off. So jump on it, back it, tell your friends about it, share this thing, share this video, share the link. Um, and as always, I can't do this without any of you guys, and I appreciate all the support that you guys have given me, through Kickstarter or through this channel, or just, whether have been with shares or buying my art, buying my books. Thank you so much. It means the world to me, and can't wait to get this project out to you guys. I can't wait for you to see this book. So be sure and back it so we can get this thing made and get it printed and get it out to you guys. Um, but we're gonna wrap this thing up early. Like I said, the link to the Kickstarter will be in the description, and it will be pinned into the chat. So you can jump right over there, hit the link, go straight to it, and back this thing. Um, thank you guys. It's great to be back on the show. If you got any questions whatsoever, be sure to drop those down in the comments, and I will get those answered for you guys. Um, hope you guys have a blessed night. It's great to be back with you. And like I said, jump over there on the live stream. Um, you guys have a great one, and that's the show.